Yo, what's poppin', everybody? How y'all doing this morning, man? We back for another episode of the morning after. It's your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and I got the singing OG with me once again, KQKC Boxing Network. OG, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing fine, man. I mean, I'm still coming down a little bit off that good night of boxing, that good weekend of boxing, that good day of boxing. I mean, the whole day was good. So, man, and you know what? I don't think I'm gonna be able to come down to Monday because we got something
Nah.
else going on today. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't come down too much because you right back at it again tomorrow. I mean, tonight, man.
Yes,
Tonight,
sir.
man. For those y'all that don't know, as you come in the building, obviously smash that like button for us. That's gonna help YouTube share it and do their thing so we can get the algorithm going. Y'all know we need the help. They don't be sending out all the notifications like they supposed to. And then
Mm-hmm.
also, KQKC, we're gonna say it a few times throughout the show today. He gonna be live, bro. He gonna be live tonight, calling the Tank Davis and Isaac Cruz card. It's a lot of great fights on that card for us to cover. We'll try to preview them today, but we're gonna really focus on everything that happened last night, and then if we have time, we'll get to some previews for the card
And that's
that's
it. And
going
that's it.
on
I'll be
tonight.
on at 6:45. All right.
6:45 p.m. Central
Yeah.
Time, y'all, for the
Right.
Tank Davis and Isaac Cruz. He's gonna be calling blow by blow for y'all. Let me see who we got so far. It says we got 8 people coming in. Y'all be sure to smash that like button as you come in. Shot Town in the building. What up, Shot Town? Demetrius Bright in the building. Crush the Legend. Chase Money. The Fans Corner. Chris says, I got something to say. Not today, bro. We're not opening up the stream yard today, bro. Which is gonna be me and the OG. But type it in the chat, man. We'll get to it. We'll conversate with you, you know, in the chat and shit. I now see 11 people in here. Smash the like button. Keep getting it up. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Put your seatbelt on when you hop in my car. Let's start with this, man. We got 13 people in here, and I don't want to waste too much time, y'all, because y'all know we on a time restraint. We got to get out of here at 10:30 so that Stormy B Man can do his show. So y'all all go over there at 10:30 to show Stormy B Man some love. Let's start with the first fight that we want to get to from Saturday afternoon. We got Anthony Yarde versus Lyndon Arthur, the 12-round light heavyweight fight. Anthony Yarde won by way of knockout. He made the proper adjustment. If anybody, and what's up, Mad Chad? I see you in the building. If anybody saw the first fight, because this is the second time these fighters fought, if you saw the first fight, you'll see that Anthony Yarde was gunshot, and then when he got more aggressive in the later part of the fight, he started to have success. Well, the second fight that we just witnessed yesterday was a continuation of what happened at the end of the first fight. Anthony Yarde came out extremely aggressive. He put it on Lyndon Arthur, and he was going to the body, going to the head. And Anthony Yarde, when he let his hands go, man, he can do some things. He can do some things. And he ended up getting Lyndon Arthur out of there in the fourth round. I do want to say this, though. Anthony Yarde is just getting by on his talent. And he has one. And I don't want to shit on nobody. Like Tunde, the Lions in the camp. Like I don't want to do him too bad, but I'm just gonna say any trainer out there, if you don't do sparring, and I don't know if you knew this, KQKC, but they don't believe in sparring over there in Anthony Yarde's camp. He doesn't spar. All
What?
they do is hit the mitts. He has no sparring partner. So imagine how much better he would be if he had a better trainer. I don't understand why he's so loyal to Tunde, but they just it's
I don't
horrible.
understand the sparring issue.
They do not spar at all. There's no sparring over there.
This
So
kid
I
might get hurt
so
in sparring or something. I don't
no,
understand.
that's just part of his training method. He says he can mimic all the movements that a fighter can in the ring, so he doesn't feel the need for Anthony Yarde to spar. So when I look at Anthony Yarde, that's what I see. I'm like, damn, bro. Imagine if he had a real trainer
You
in a
ain't
real
lying.
training camp.
Wow.
He'd be fire. So for him to be considered a world class light heavyweight with the type of trainer that he has, I'm giving him nothing but credit. He says he wants a title shot next. That
Mm-hmm.
fight was for like the WBO Intercontinental Championship or some shit. So he basically he's in position to fight the winner of Joe Smith Jr. and whoever I forgot who Joe Smith is fighting, but he has a winner. He has a chance to fight for a world title again. He already came up short against Sergey Kovalev, but he put himself in position again. So we'll see how he does in his next fight. But overall, Anthony Yarde, he did his thing last night. He really did. But what you got on that fight?
Well, well, that was a surprise that he don't spar. You have to spar
Yeah.
because see, sparring is just like practice. practice, just like basketball. You got to have practice. Football, you got to run drills. You got to practice. So when you get in the game, when you get in the boxing match, when you get in the playoffs or basketball, whatever, then you'll be able to run the plays, be able to do this and that. And plus, when you spar, you got guys that coming in, which you have to pay them because they do get paid for it, and they mimic the people that you're gonna fight. What it's supposed to. So you try to find the closest fighter that has the height, the reach, the dog in them, and try to give you the best sparring you can. If you listen to these fighters, they would tell you, listen, we had great sparring, we had a great camp, we did great 10 weeks of camp, we did this and that, but Anthony Yard, he's a great fighter, but he can be a better fighter if he's
way better, yeah. And that's the thing too, KQ, like that's probably why I always wonder, like, bro, he look like he in good shape. He always look physically fit. Why he get tired after 3-4 rounds? That's because he ain't been fighting. Ain't nothing gonna get you in fighting shape other than fighting, other than going some rounds and getting some sparring in.
Right.
Like basketball shape. Like you can run all the miles you want to. If you ain't been playing basketball, you gonna get up, you gonna get in there, you gonna go up and down that court a couple times. You're gonna be blowing wind, you're gonna be tired as hell because you ain't been playing basketball. Don't nothing get you in that particular sport shape other than playing that sport. So I'm realizing why he always, because he was, even though he got the knockout against Lyndon Arthur, by the middle of the second round, he was already breathing out his mouth. I was like, damn, bro, why are you so tired? But now it makes sense because you ain't been practicing, bro. You've been doing drills, bro.
Exactly. See, in sparring, I mean, in camp, sparring partners, they come in, they come out. They move in, they move out. You stay in there. And now Floyd used to spar 30-minute intervals. Now that's a long time. We know rounds are 3-minute rounds. So Floyd would have sparring partners coming in and out, in and out. He's still in there though. But still, that's what they do. And that's what sparring partners are there for. And think about it. I mean, this guy, Anthony Yard, and when he first came out, I said, I don't know about him, and it's something missing. I said that to Lost Punch Out TV. He's from over across the pond. I said, something missing about this guy. He's good. He's not fighting the best competition, but it's still something missing. And I think that was missing.
And then any fighter that will allow himself to not getting trained, the proper training, it's something up there mentally to me too with Yard. Like something in you should be like, yo, every top fighter that I've ever heard of, they do this. Why am I not doing that? And then you should leave that. The fact that he's staying with Tunde alone has me questioning his mental, his mental status, his mental toughness, and just his, like, I don't know, man. But he got a good win, so I'm not gonna shit on him too much. But definitely want to see what's next for him. Hopefully he can get some proper training. Salute to everybody in the building. I see y'all out in here. Sweet T, Vince Williams, Southern T, the brother Skinny in the building. Let's see here. Mad Chad, what up? Big Texas ATX, Cool Killer in the building. So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all out coming through. Y'all keep smashing that like button as you hop in the building with me, man, and KQKC. And yeah, y'all make sure to share this on your social media platforms too. But we're gonna move on to the zone. One fight I really want to cover, the Austin Ammo Williams fight versus Quatavious Cash fight. Austin Ammo Williams, he had some mental issues earlier in the year. He had to take a step back from boxing. Then when he came back to boxing, he made a very good move, in my opinion, of going over to Calvin Cunningham, who is basically like a southpaw whisperer. He's known right now for having Erickson Lubin in his camp, but he's also had champions like Spinks in his camp and shit. Like Calvin Cunningham can train some southpaws, bro, and that's what Austin Ammo Williams is. So I think that was a really good move for him to go to that camp, and he looked good last night. He looked good last night. He got dynamite in that left hand, man. But KQKC, I know you were watching that fight before you got on the call. What'd you think of the performance by Ammo Williams?
Man, I think he did a great job. I think he did a great job. He's still a young pup, and he's still kind of green, and more fights, more experience he get, the better he's going to get. He establishing his range very well. He's measuring his distance very well. But like I was saying before, behind the scenes, you all stop calling him the next Earl Spence. He's not the next Earl Spence. He's the next Ammo. All right, because it's certain things that you can do that other fighters can't do. Sometimes fighters have to find their niche. Fighters have to find they bread and butter that makes them separate themselves from other fighters. Floyd separated himself from the shoulder roll. That's what he did. He had the shoulder roll and he separated himself.
We're gonna be talking about that shoulder roll later on today when we get to the Devin Haney fight. I got a lot to say.
Okay. And then you got Triple G. He separated himself by being a type of Mexican style fighter, want to get in there and just mix it up. So it's no second Earl Spence. Earl Spence is Earl Spence. They asked him that question a year and a half ago. How it feel to be considered the second Floyd Mayweather? He said, "No, I'm not the second Floyd Mayweather. I'm Earl Spence."
Yeah.
That's all. I'm Earl Spence. You got to make a name for yourself. And Ammo is making a name for himself. And he, like you say, he's establishing that distance. He's using that left hand and going straight down the pipe. And he got a little pop, too.
Yeah, and he goes to the body well. I like what I see from him. Like he hurt the dude, and I think Ammo Williams is very good. And if y'all want to donate to KQKC or me, our cash apps are scrolling behind the screen right there on the bottom, and then you can also hit that super chat button. Any donations are always appreciated. And salute Devin Blocker, not Zay, C. Coolidge in the building, Tim Moosey in the building. Salute to all y'all. Mac of the South, I see you in here. D Ray, what up, D Ray? Salute to you, bro. So the thing about Austin Ammo Williams, like, to me, he be looking great. He look real good until he gets you hurt, bro. Once he gets you hurt, I don't know what it is. He feel like he want to go, and I saw it in this fight. And I see it in all his fights. I think that's probably why they call him Ammo, because once he gets you hurt, he go in there and he don't have no patience. He don't look for the proper shot. He go in there and he throw 1,000 punches to try to get you out of there instead of doing what he did to get you hurt in the first place. That's the only thing I see that I don't like. I think he can work on his finishing instincts and his finishing ability just a little bit more, bro. Just a little bit more, and then I'll be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Now I really see something from him. Because one day you're going to get somebody hurt. You're going to go in there and you're going to throw 100 punches, and they ain't going to be as hurt as you think.
Right.
You might get caught something coming back, or even worse, you could punch yourself out and never be the same and end up costing yourself the fight because you got too hasty. You got too above. You went too hard to try to get the guy out of there. So I want to see a little bit more patience from him. I think Calvin Cunningham is a good enough trainer, obviously, to where he sees that shit too, and hopefully they work on that. But he had Kotavious Cash out on his feet, had him out on his feet and knocked him out, man. Knocked him out. Yeah, Devin, we're gonna get to Montana love. We getting there, we working our way up the card right now. But next on the list, we got Jessica McCaskill.
Okay, let me just say this real fast about Ammo. You know what? You hit it right on the head, because I was going to say that, but I wasn't going to really expand on it. But you're right. When you get your opponent in trouble, a lot of guys go in there and just say, "Oh man, he hurt, so I'm going after him. I'm gonna throw everything." They just throw wild, go upstairs, downstairs, wow. Matter of fact, your favorite fighter, everybody's favorite fighter, Deontay Wilder. He did the same thing, but he got caught doing that. He got caught by Fury doing that, and he pretty much he held on because that hurt, right? So you got to be aggressive, get them out of there, but you got to be controlled aggression. You got to pretty much mix it up. Go upstairs, go downstairs, upstairs, downstairs, upstairs. And mix them up and get them out of there. And then the referee steps in.
Yeah, look at some of the best finishers in the game. You look at Terrence Crawford, you look at Tank Davis, you look at Canelo Alvarez. Like once they get you hurt, yeah, they come at you, but they still placing shots. They still doing the same thing that they did to get you hurt. They don't go throw 1,000 punches. They still place their shots. You know what I mean? So I don't know how much boxers watch film. I wish I could get, if I ever get an interview with a top level fighter one day, I'm gonna ask them how much do they study, because I would study the other fighters that are like, if I know I struggle with my jab, I'm gonna look at the guys that got great jabs. Shit, if I know I don't finish well, but I get people hurt a lot, I'm gonna go look at the people who seem like they finish everybody, and I'm gonna try to see what they do and see if I can implement that in my game. So I don't know how much they watching shit like that, but you know, it is what it is. And salute to teaching the building, coaching the building. That's me in the building. Everybody else
your wife put you out last night. My wife.
What happened?
And Crystal Legend White put his ass out last night.
Nah, I think he was talking about he said my wife kicked ass last night. He talking about Jessica McCaskill probably.
Okay.
You know, y'all Chicagoans, y'all love Jessica McCaskill, man.
Yes, sir.
And so let's get to it, man. She was fighting for her undisputed titles that she won off Cecilia Breakers. She was fighting this young lady, Candy Wyatt. What's your thoughts on the performance from McCaskill last night, man?
Man, first of all, she got a chin, no doubt about that. Now, Wyatt, she wasn't throwing hard, but McCaskill was getting hit by counters. But one thing I liked about what she was doing was she kept her hands moving. She would step to the side. Matter of fact, she tripped going back, but she was able to throw a counter punch, falling back. She was able to still get that counter punch in there and scored. Now, a lot of those punches were flush. A lot of those punches did score. Now, they didn't hurt Wyatt, but they scored. You know, so she's not a big woman. She's a very small woman if you see her in person. And, you know, in her stats, she's very small. But she did her thing last night. Everything was flush. Everything was right pinpoint on. But she had to work on her defense as far as turning to the side. Then, you know, that's not a good thing. Unless you're going to pretty much try to step around her or use some angles. But you stepping to the side like that, that's going to make you get hit with a left hook or something like that. That's not a good thing. You know, normally when someone does that, Pretty Boy Floyd, he used to do that when he fought DeMarcus Corley. He used to turn his body to the right. So DeMarcus Corley didn't have a clean shot. You know, then, you know, referee steps in and said, come on, you got to turn around, you know, and Floyd do it again, you know. So McCaskill did a great job. You know, she finished in high performance, and, you know, and I'm glad that I'm glad for her that she won the fight. Put it that way. Why she was game to go. You know, she wants, you know, she was hurt, your nose busted, but that's about it. You know, that's about it. And you know what? And for her to beat someone like Cecilia Brackers, no disrespect, like I said, to Carissa Shields, but Cecilia Brackers is the GOAT also. Because if you look at her record, if you look at everything she has done, you can say, wow, man, this girl is tough. This girl is on point. Maybe she's the GOAT, you know. Can it be more than one? Yeah, it can. Different weight class.
Yeah, especially in boxing, because they got they got a bunch of different divisions.
Right.
Like a sport like basketball where they all play in one league and they all, you know what I'm saying? That's a little different. But boxing, they got so many divisions, you know, it's fighters that are great that'll never fight each other. You know, we'll never know what Chocolatito versus Earl Spence would look like. Like, we'll never know. So you gotta have different categories for different guys. Like, we'll never know what Earl Spence versus Tyson Fury would look like. So yeah, you got to say it's more than one. It could be more than one GOAT. My thing with the fight was I'm just happy I got a woman fight right. So salute to Jessica McCaskill, because I'm shining so far this week because of her. Because that's usually where I struggle with, is with the women fights. I can't figure them out to save my life. But she, man, look, Jessica McCaskill, bro, she mean. She mean, and she wants all the smoke. She came after that girl and started beating her up from the first round, bro. And she was hitting. I mean, you just name a punch. you name a punch, uppercut, she was hitting her with that. She was hitting her with the right hand. She was hitting her with the jab. She was hitting her with the overhand right, the underhand right, the underhand left. Like everything she was throwing, she was beating that Canadian girl up. It got to the point about the 5th or 6th round. I'm like, bro, when y'all gonna stop this? And that's right, Devin Blocker. Y'all hit the like button. And salute to G5 Gabe in the building. But overall, McCaskill showed that, she's the queen of that division. They were talking about her fighting somebody that's the champion down at 140. Hopefully that can happen. But I want to see her get big fights. I want to see her get big fights and continue to grow. She seemed like she gets stronger and stronger as the fight goes on. So I really like that. She got a real good gas tank, and she not playing with these girls, man. She not playing with these girls. So salute to her for doing a great job and getting the victory. And I'm very, very interested to see what's next for her as she continues her reign as champion. And salute to the brother Jay Cooley in that super chat. He says, "What up, Knockout OG in the chat? What up to you, Jay Cooley? What up to you, bro? Appreciate you coming through, man." Let's see. We got Kevin Knight in the building. He says McCaskill is serious. Yes, she is. She don't play.
And she got a little mean attitude too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She seemed like she don't like you.
I don't know if it's Terrence Crawford. Nate. I ain't talking about Terrence Crawford. Calm down. But Terrence Crawford is kind of like that. He's to himself, and he's kind of like a serious type of person when you don't really have to be. But he's always keeping serious, and she's like that too. She's not a fan-friendly type of fighter. Like go out there and speak to the crowd, go out there and make herself available, and but hey, she winning. She's doing her thing, and I think that was important to her.
Yeah, somebody like for me, some people might care about that shit, KQ. I don't give a damn about that shit. Like all that talking to the media and stuff. As long as you entertain me in the fight, I'm cool. Okay. But some people do need that. Like some people do want to see you be entertained outside the ring and shit like that. But for me, I care more about what goes on inside the ring. But you're right. She does her DAZN commentary. She does do that. But even when she's doing the DAZN commentary, she's serious, straight down the middle, say what she gotta say, and then like she ain't over in it. Like the girl, Michaela Meyer, she put a little, she tried to put a little sauce on it and be controversial and say a bunch of stuff. That ain't McCaskill. McCaskill just a straight shooter, and she a dog in that ring. And I mean that as a compliment. She can fight, man. She can fight. So I'm excited to see what's next for. We got 3 fights left, because I know we're gonna talk about Devin Haney, Jojo Diaz a lot. We're gonna break down the ins and outs and what's next and really get into that one. Let's do the heavyweight fight. We had Phillip Herkovich versus Amir Amitovich. Herkovich won by 2nd round knockout. It was a lot of rabbit punches in that damn fight, man. It was a whole hell of a lot of rabbit punches. They was allowing Herkovich to hit that dude like he was hitting somebody in the club in the back of the head with a beer bottle, bro. Like he was just teeing off. I felt sorry for the German. I was like, damn, bro, y'all. I know he the A side and he who y'all want to promote, but damn, y'all just gonna let him. He gonna get his man a concussion or some shit. So, and he already hit hard. Shit, like if Herkovich don't hit soft, there ain't no soft punches coming down. I mean, he literally was throwing the right hand down at the back of the dude's head, and the ref was just like, shit, that's a good punch. That's a good punch. Go ahead. And it's like they knew what the over and under was, because the over and under was like 2.5 rounds. And they was like, shit, we got too many people betting on this under. Let's go ahead and try to get this shit over with. You know what I'm saying? Get this out the way. And they damn sure did it, man. Somebody put a call in, because they let that man get away with illegal punch after illegal punch after illegal punch. I tell you this, though. I see why Michael Hunter was ducking his ass, because he was supposed to have a title eliminator fight with Michael Hunter, was Phillip Herkovich. But Michael Hunter said, no, thank you. I'm good. And then we saw that trash performance Michael Hunter put on against Jerry Forrest. Herkovich probably would have damn near killed Michael Hunter, man. Would have beat him up badly. So I think he's slow, though. I think his defense is not that great. And I think if he gets in there with a faster, more skilled heavyweight, Herkovich will be in trouble. But he does hit hard. He is a big dude. And that right hand, that 1-2, it's a problem. It's a problem. I just didn't like all the illegal punches in the back of the head. What you got on that fight, though?
Well, yeah. That fight, man. You right. First of all, the blow that just was unnecessary. Now I get it. When you're a big guy and let's be honest now, these ain't the most talented and technical heavyweights. So he was overshooting the right hand. And when you're bending your head down, like he was doing last night, yeah, you susceptible getting hit in the back of the head. That's why the referee not only talked to one, he talked to both of them. Keep your head up. Watch hit behind the head, but you can't do both. You're gonna have to hit some, you're gonna have to throw it. And if he's ducking, but see, one guy is bigger than the other, and you gotta punch down. Then when you have that same opponent that you gotta punch down at, and he's still bending over, yeah, you're gonna have to pretty much do this, punch down.
Yeah.
And like I say, they're not very technical skilled. So I mean, he's gonna try to hit him with everything. And everything was thrown heavy. Everything was thrown heavy. There was some big, big heavyweights, and they threw hard. So, but what I got on that is that, the referee, he took control of the fight a little bit more. If he had to deduct some points, then so be it. But he had to take control of the fight, and he didn't do that. So
Yeah, like you can't just let fighters just do what they want in the ring. It's like I need referees to find some sort of balance. Either they don't step in enough or they in there too goddamn much. Like I forgot what fight it was, but the dude that was he was just all caught up when they were stepping on each other's foot, and it was a southpaw versus a versus the orthodox fighter, and he kept get off the foot, get off the foot. He was saying it like every 30 seconds and shit. So you got refs to do that, and then you got refs like this one that just let them act like it's a street fight. And they just get it in. And salute Eric Jenkins. Salute Cono Loco Sports. Everybody in the building. Y'all smash the like button as you come in here, man. But overall, Herkovich is on to the next. He's, as you said, that was his 14th fight. It's time to step it up, bro. It's time to step it up. This dude that he was fighting, this was his first time fighting out of Germany. So it might have said he had an undefeated record, but you always got to watch out for these domestic level fighters that ain't never been out of their country. And unfortunately, never fought in America or even the UK or Mexico. Like those are the three best countries for boxing. So when somebody come out of one of these countries like Germany and they never fought outside of Germany, that always kind of raises my eyebrows a little bit because they typically don't be the best competition. And salute to Stormy B, man. I see you in the building, and that's who I was talking about earlier, y'all. He'll be live doing his show at 10:30, right when we get off of here. So y'all go over there and check out Stormy B, man. If you want to keep your boxing talk morning going on this Sunday morning. Let's get to the co-main event. We almost to Devin Haney. I know that's what a lot of y'all are here for. We about to talk Devin Haney. We about to talk about it because I got a lot to say, and I'm sure the OG does too. He was calling the fight last night. Montana Love versus Carlos Diaz. I'm gonna let you go first on this one, OG. What you got on that fight? What's your thoughts overall on Montana Love? And can he be a player at 140? Can he be a player at 140? What you think about that performance last night?
Okay. Now, I usually don't do this because I respect every fighter. I respect every fighter steps in the ring. But I think Montana Love, the histrionics that he does, is a little bit too much, I think. Put that damn dog down.
You don't like him with the French bulldog up there?
Man, no, man. Listen, this is boxing. All right, put his ass in the car and crack the window, let him stay there till the fight over with or something, right? And and I get it. You mimicking Floyd Mayweather with the Mexican suit on and the sombrero, and everything. I get that, but what counts is inside that square circle, and he put on a great performance. You can see that he was timing him correctly. He was waiting for him to come in so he can catch him. And Diaz, with Carlos Diaz, he was pretty much game to go. He was clapping his gloves. Let's go, right? And so Montana Love, of course, he knocked him down. And see, I don't like when fighters showboat like that. Now, Gervonta Davis did that too. You don't stand over a fight after you just knock the hell out of them and dance and, jump up and do all that. Come on, let's show a little sportsmanship, right? A lot of people don't know this. This is why Floyd got a bronze medal, in the Olympics, because they don't like that in the Olympics. The Olympics is all about friendship, building a relationship between countries and everything. But that's beside the point. But I'm just trying to make a point here that Montana Love, he's still a great fighter. He still needs some more fights on his belt. He needs to step it up. Okay, step it up. That's what he needs. Now, of course, he haven't shown me anything that he showed me last time he fought.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have to start stepping up his game. He's gonna have to start getting a little more innovative. He's gonna have to start making some adjustments to his game. Because if he gonna go in there and think he's gonna fight everybody the same way, no, that's not gonna happen, son. That's not gonna happen, especially if you fight a southpaw on a southpaw.
They saying you old. They saying you old, KQ. They saying that's entertainment for the youth. What you? Why you hating on Montana? That man say it's entertainment, man. What you?
Okay, that's entertainment for
nah,
the youth.
man, there ain't no entertainment, Batman. Chill out,
You look like
bro.
a damn fool. You like a damn fool. Man, put that damn dog in the car and come on out there and fight, man. Get real, all right? Shit.
Salute to Bruce Does, Mike James 616, Quee. Who else came in here that was new to that? Shaker Milks Rogers. Who else we got, bro?
He coming up, jumping up and down that dog. That dog about to piss, right?
Listen. Let me get the positive shit out the way. Montana Love can fight. Seemed like he got more power than what his knockout say, because his power seemed to be getting better. He just knocked out Baranchek, and he knocked out the dude last night. I like his timing. I like his speed. I like his counter-punching ability. I like all that shit. What I don't like is coming in 4 pounds overweight, because this fight was supposed to be at 140 pounds. He came in at 143.8. And salute to Phoenix Nunez in the building. Like, and this was your first time. Like, you come in as an independent fighter. You ain't had no promotional deal. DAZN loved your performance that you put on against Baranchek. They give you your promotional deal, and in your first fight on your big promotional deal on the co-main event of the Devin Haney fight, you miss weight by not barely. Like, it ain't like he missed weight. He was like 140.5, and they were like, all right, go lose a half a pound. He missed weight so bad they was like, look, we just gonna do the fight anyway. We're just gonna do the fight anyway, and you can come in at 143.8. So that's a bad look. Number one, it shows some unprofessionalism, which now coming with your dog and shit. Now that shit's starting to make sense. what type of person you might be, what type of fighter you might be. That's the first thing. The bigger thing, if he don't care about being professional, if he like, and if he got fans in the chat that's representing Ohio and shit, that's cool. But if he one of those fighters is like, I don't care about that. I don't care about being unprofessional. Forget y'all. Okay, how about this? Selfishly thinking, if you a selfish ass fighter, that messes up your bag, bro. That messes up your bag. Now Tim Munzie, 143.8. You can go fact check me. He was 143.8. He missed the weight by damn near 4 pounds. You can go fact check me on that, brother. But selfishly thinking, if you don't care about the fans, if you don't care about professionalism, I'm sure you care about your money. I'm sure you care about your bag. I'm sure you care about getting your paper. And let me tell you what, somebody like Josh Taylor, who's the champion right now at 140 pounds. Let me tell you what, somebody like if Josh Taylor vacates the belt and Regis Prograis and you decide y'all want to fight for a vacant belt, because Regis Prograis was in the crowd. I don't think that was a coincidence. Let's say you and Regis Prograis fighting for the belt at 140. Let's say that you get a championship fight. What these promoters don't want to do and what these sanctioning bodies don't want to do is have a fighter in a big fight like that main event and they miss weight, and then now the belt is only up for one person. So you messing up your bag, you messing up your opportunity to get big fights. It's the same shit I said about David Benavidez. Canelo and these dudes, man, they ain't gonna fight you if they worried about you missing weight. Can you imagine the build up to a Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez fight, or Montana Love and Josh Taylor fight? They put in all that investment, all this promotion, all this marketing and shit, and then on the day of the weigh-in before the fight, one of y'all miss weight. But they're gonna lose their mind. They're gonna lose their mind. It ain't gonna be good. So I love the performance. He did what he was supposed to do with Carlos Diaz. Carlos Diaz was clearly slower than him, and he clearly couldn't take his punch. The dude Montana Love knocked him down like two or three times in the second round. So I was like, oh, he just gotta stay patient. It's only a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and Jojo had to move up. He had to do something differently. So let me see what Stormy. He said, with all that ignorance, if you cut Montana's head off, he can make bantamweight. I'm trying to tell you, Stormy B, man, he was out there tripping the whole dog thing and the sombrero thing, and we can move on. We can move on to Devin Haney. I know it's a lot of brothers in the building, man. It's a lot of black people in here with us today. A lot of brothers, a lot of sisters in the building. Let me just ask y'all this: if one of these Mexicans, right? If Canelo Alvarez or Oscar Valdez, if they come out to the fight in the dashiki, how y'all gonna feel?
I feel the same way. What the hell you doing? You know,
yeah.
and why are you? I mean, I understand it. Okay, entertainment. I understand what Batman's saying. It's entertainment for the youth. Because one thing about it, Adrian Broner, he put on a show.
Yeah.
When they dare to see Adrian Broner walk in, most people, that's all they want to see. Him walking in, dancing and doing this and that. And that put attention on you. But now boxing is getting a little bit more watered down, and bring your ass on in the ring and let's get this party started. I
got you. To me, that's like I just got it. Like, to me, that's disrespectful though. Like they basically mocking them people culture and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they mocking they flag, and like they really love their country. Stephen Fulton did it last week. We got Montana Love doing it. Like, I think it's old. I honestly think it's kind of played out. And there's so much other shit you can wear. And I'm telling y'all, like, I know a lot of people, like, it's a lot of militant people in boxing. There's a lot of people that really, hey, I support my people. Y'all let one of these Mexican boxers come out here in the dashiki. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talking about this entertainment and shit. Just keep that same energy. If they come out here wearing black, green, and red, you know what I'm saying? Keep that same energy, bro. Batman said he was talking about the dog, not the Mexican color. All right, Batman, I know, bro.
Okay.
The dog was funny. The dog was funny, but the other shit, like the Mexican flags, like, bro, you can get flying so many other ways. In my opinion, like I don't know, I wouldn't do that. Cause I wouldn't want nobody doing that shit to me. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want nobody wearing shit that I hold near and dear to my heart, and they wear that shit to mock me. Like, hey, I'm finna wear your shit and I'm gonna beat your ass. Like, damn, bro, just beat my ass. You ain't got to wear the shit too.
Floyd started that. Years ago, and that's the thing about Floyd Mayweather. When you talking about boxing, you always got to mention Floyd Mayweather. You name it, he did it. And Gervonta Tank Davis, when he fought, I believe, with Leo Santa Cruz, he was dressed the same way. Only thing about Floyd, the sombrero was on backwards. He said, man, you got that shit on backwards, right? He didn't care, right? But anyway, he did that to piss the audience off, and this is how he came up to be a billionaire. They came to see Floyd lose. They didn't like Floyd, but Floyd always won.
And look at this. Look at this right here. I'm assuming this dude, Shaker Milks Rogers, salute to you. He's a Mexican, looks like. He says it's racist when everyone does it, but not if y'all do it. See? See how some of them feel? And then he says, yes, they are mocking us, and don't nobody block him. Like, he entitled to his opinion, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So, and then Bruce Goes and Jump and Batman, and Coach is right. Yeah, Roger Mayweather did that shit first. Didn't he call himself like the Mexican killer?
Assassin, Mexican assassin.
The Mexican assassin. Yep. So
the Black Mamba,
I ain't trying to have a civil rights conversation with y'all. I'm just saying, look at the other side sometimes. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes the other side, they don't like that shit, man. They don't like that shit. And if one of them get enough swag, one of these Mexicans listening to hip hop and turning our culture and stuff, one of them get enough swag, they start coming out there with some chains and the dashiki on.
Man.
All right, bro. Yeah, some people gonna feel a certain type of way. I'm just telling y'all.
Now never Reggie come out there and he got a glove on and he got a watermelon in one hand, right? And some fried chicken.
Yeah, when he Mexicans come out here with some fried chicken or something, y'all
gonna be pissed off, right?
People gonna be mad in the mouth.
That motherfucker got a watermelon, right?
Yeah, man. But we can move on to the big fight. There she goes. She finally woke up. Salute, baby. Salute to you.
All right, what's going on, Val? What's going
Man,
on?
salute
Yes,
to you,
sir.
baby.
All right.
So we got Devin Haney and Jojo Diaz, man. We got Devin Haney and Jojo Diaz. Some of y'all might not like what I have to say. We let KQKC was on the call last night, did a wonderful, outstanding job. Before we talk about, because we got to find out whether or not we was impressed. Can he beat this guy? Can he beat that guy? But before we get into all that, just break down the fight, KQ. What did you see last night? And how did the fight go in your mind? Well, give me a breakdown of the fight that we saw last night for the main event.
Okay. Well, the fight went just like I thought it would. First of all, I knew it wasn't gonna be no knockout. That's why I said unanimous decision, because he's not a big puncher. And for someone to keep saying he's a knockout artist, you lost your damn mind. All right, because he's just not that type of fighter. He just don't have that type of power. But Devin Haney, I think he got hit too much last night. Now, I don't know, was he starting to feel comfortable in there, because that jab was working. That jab was working as long as he kept it up there and kept putting it out there. And of course, when I be saying Charlo style, they are the ones that pretty much put the icing on the cake with the 1-2 jab, and everything come behind the jab. That's what Devin Haney was doing. Devin Haney putting that stick out there and coming back with that right hand. Then he started using that right hand creatively. Other words, he was going over the guard and down. Now, that started to work. That started to work a lot. Then he decides not to do any lateral movement. He started to pretty much stay flat foot and let Jojo Diaz walk him down and come in there. Then he tried to throw what we call a shovel jab. Razor Ruddock was famous in doing that. And he tried that a lot, but Jojo Diaz missed. He missed Jojo Diaz. Now, a lot of people said Jojo Diaz, and I did too, a couple of times, feet was too slow. Well, they wasn't that slow last night, because he got the way of a lot of punches. And he
Real
started,
quick, KQ. Real
yeah,
quick,
yeah.
KQ. It's 81 people in here. I appreciate everybody viewing us and watching us and stuff. But I only got 61 likes, bro. I
Oh,
know
come
y'all all ain't smashed the like button. Come on, man. Come on, man. If you can't donate to the channel, if you can't hit the Cash App for us, we got the Cash App scrolling across the bottom of the screen.
on.
We got the Super Chat button right there. If you can't do those things, I know they cost money. And I know Christmas is coming up. So that's cool. If you can do those things, it's appreciated. But if you can't, please smash the like button for me one time. KQ, go ahead and
Yeah.
continue your great
Hey,
breakdown,
I hit
brother.
the like button. What, y'all like a motherfucker no more or something? Man, come
Yeah,
on.
I shouldn't have started talking. I shouldn't have started
Yeah.
talking about the flag and shit. I shouldn't start talking about them wearing the Mexican colors, man. I
Man,
made a
shit.
couple people mad, man. I ain't mean to make y'all mad this morning, man. We're just talking facts, bro.
Right, that's right,
Go,
that's right. But
go
but but
ahead,
still,
KQ.
Devin Haney, he showed he had a chin last night. But then I thought about it. Jojo Diaz is not that a bigger puncher either. So I mean, yeah, he fought Gary Russell, but Gary Russell was a smaller fighter.
Yep.
And Devin Haney, and I can see him finish his career as a welterweight. Because he's still growing, he's still young, he's 23. So the fight kind of played out like we thought it would. His boxing display skills was right there on display, as far as putting the jab out there, but slapping him with the same hand, with the same jab hand, using the same jab hand to go to the body, to go upstairs, things like that, off the feint. He'll let that right hand go. The pistol like right hand going right down to the body. He worked the body all night. What did I say? If Devin Haney can work that body from round one on till, he can pretty much slow Diaz down. But Diaz wasn't slowing down. He wasn't slowing down. Matter of fact, he was getting closer and closer and closer, because Devin did get hit with some unnecessary punches. See, sometimes fighters like Devin Haney takes a lot of criticism, because he doesn't close the show, doesn't get any knockouts. You cannot please the crowd. You keep trying to please the crowd, you're gonna get knocked out.
Mm.
You have to try to please yourself. Get the win. All right. If it comes by way of UD or a knockout, but get the win. Because if you went in there recklessly last night, which thank God he didn't, you would have ate something. And I don't know if you would have recovered or not.
Yeah.
So, but the fight went just like I thought. The jab, like I didn't know till you told him that he had damn near half a foot of reach.
Yeah, 8 inches. They showed it last night,
Yeah,
72 to 64.
yeah. I mean, damn. I mean, so he had to keep it out there. And you can't leave it out there. You got to move your jab. So he had it out there, and then he slapped him with it. Then he come back with the right hand. He got in, he got out. And that's what he was doing. He was pop shotting them, basically. Going downstairs, going upstairs, going back downstairs, tumble jab. I mean, he was doing it. You say whatever you say, he did it. So, but I'm glad and I appreciate the young man. The young man did what he could, and what he has, he makes it work. But I think his defense need to be tightened up a little bit more. Stop dropping your hands when you feel comfortable. Because
you saying some real, you spitting some facts right now. You spitting some facts right now, man.
Yeah, because see, Devin Haney knew he had the fight basically in the bag. Only long you stay upright. And when he started dropping his hands, that means he feel comfortable. That means that okay, I got this. I'm in control. No, you're not. Not to that bell rings after the 12th round. Then you got it in control. Because you're going to sit there and drop your hands and get caught with something. Because if you didn't notice, Jojo Diaz had the high guard, peekaboo guard. But he was throwing off the forehead like that. Bam. Devin didn't see that coming. Yeah. He did it 3 times. He did it 3 times unanswered. So it was a good feint from Diaz. Then once they clinch, you got to tie both arms, because you let Diaz have a free hand. You can fight with a free hand, and that's what he was doing. He was banging that body like he was giving his son a goddamn whooping. He kept banging them kidneys, and that take a toll. And Devin just let him do it. To the referee break it up. He just doing this. No, that ain't gonna work, son. Because see, he gonna have to move up sooner or later. Knockout.
Yeah, he getting big. He getting big.
And you can't fight. See, the higher and higher you go, the better and harder they hit. So he gonna have to start making some adjustments in his boxing skills. Now the boxing skills is still there. The athleticism is still there. But as far as the way about doing it, then hey, he gonna have to make some changes and doing things a little bit more efficient. If you gonna jump out and clinch his ass. All right, don't let him have a free hand, because you can work with that free hand. He can go back and slap you with the right hand. He can bang the kidneys. You can do all that until the referee comes over and break you up. It's not illegal. And another thing,
Jojo was taking advantage of that shit.
Yes, he was. he was
taking advantage of that shit, boy. He was throwing like 4-5 pieces that ain't even real tied up in there, man.
I'm just gonna say this real fast, knockout. The referee,
take your time.
The referee, he really kind of like started pissing me off. Because
okay, what he do, bro? Damn.
Because I'm looking at Haney, and this is no bias or anything, but Haney was working the body. All right, he had that pistol like right hand, I like to call it, going right down to the body, then right back upstairs and slapping with another right upstairs.
I know where you about to go.
Right, but those body shots were not low.
I knew you gonna say it.
Right, I don't know what the hell. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't
watch the low blow. Watch the low blow.
Right.
Watch the low blow.
Either he ain't break it up.
Yeah, either he ain't hitting them low at all, or you a buster. Because all them times you had to warn him, you should have been took a point if he was really hitting them low.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And then hell, Jojo said, "Well, I might as well get into it." He stopped and say, "Man, wasn't that low?" I don't know what they're looking at. The referees, they stop fights too damn early. I mean, I think they need to go back and get reschooled. And learn some new rules. I don't mean to go back, but that co-main event, they didn't have to stop that fight. Diaz was Carlos Diaz. He was pretty much
punching back.
Punching back.
Shit, if they were gonna stop it, they should have stopped it in the round before when he got knocked down 3 times. That's when they should have.
Yeah, but I don't know. Do they have a 3 knockdown rule in Vegas?
They don't, but he looked way more wobbly at that point, and he looked way more overwhelmed. And then you wait till the next round when he actually fighting back and he got his wits, and that's the round you stop it. That's what I'm saying. Like, they ain't got no 3 knockdown rule, but if you was gonna stop that fight, it should have been when he was getting his ass put on the ground by every other punch.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that's all I had on it. But he did do a fine job, and like Batman said that hey, some of the blows were low, and that was from a distance because Devin was using his reach. I don't think he had any problems of finding his distance because southpaw orthodox. When I was calling the fight, I say watch the feet, people. Watch the feet. All right, because you got to put your feet in a certain position when you find a southpaw or orthodox. But Devin Haney, long he had his foot toe to toe with Diaz. He know he can reach him.
Yeah,
he knew he can reach him with that reach, and that's what he did. He didn't have to stand. He didn't have to jump out and reach out like that. So he was pretty much banging the body, get back in, bang the body, get back in. So hey, overall, it was a good fight, no doubt.
It was a fun fight to watch. Very exciting fight to watch.
Right,
for sure. So, let me catch a super chat. Tim Muzzy, salute brothers, appreciate in the super chat with the $5 says, salute brothers, appreciate the Sunday morning boxing congregation. Not too impressed with Haney's performance. He has a lot more to offer with his skill set. And then the brother Snacks B in the super chat with the super sticker $3. I appreciate you, bro. So I've been reading y'all comments and listening to OG at the same time. Here's my thing, man. This is my breakdown of the fight. So and I'll give y'all my scores as I'm watching the fight. So the first 3 rounds I gave to Haney. He comes out with his high guard, using his jab mainly to set up like his counter shots with the right hand. Looked like he was trying to bait Jojo Diaz into throwing something so he could counter him or whatever. I'm going to be real with y'all, even though Devin Haney won the fight and he was winning those first 3 rounds, to me, I like how he used his jab much better in the beginning of the Jorge Linares fight. I like that jab where it's stabbing to the body and it's hitting you to really knock your head back. I didn't like how he was probing with his jab in this fight. I'd rather him land that jab as almost sort of mixed between a power jab and a speed jab to pop your head back, to hit you in your stomach, stab you to the body, make you reset and shit like that. He was kind of close. He was closer to Jojo Diaz than I wanted him, to be honest with y'all. He was kind of in the pocket a little bit to me. Round number 4 came along. I gave that round to Jojo Diaz. I thought he turned up the pressure a little bit more. I thought he landed a little bit more to the body. And then he was able to put Devin Haney up against the ropes a lot more in that round. I thought he landed the cleaner shot. So I gave him round 4. So right now, Devin Haney's up on my card 3 rounds to 1. Then round 5 and 6, Devin Haney got back to controlling the action. I gave him those 2 rounds. Again, probing with the jab very well, landing the right hand to the body. Everything is 1-2s at this point, though. Everything is 1-2 because I think both of the fighters were respecting each other's counterpunching ability. So neither one of them were just letting their hands go a bunch in this fight. And then Devin Haney also started throwing some hooks around the guard. And I want to stop right there and I want to say, somebody asked me, I saw the question, I forgot who you are if you're still in the building. And there's 88 people in here now. Y'all smash that like button as you come through. I saw somebody ask the question, it seemed like Haney was having trouble landing through the high guard, which is true. which is true. Because he landed a way lower percentage of his punches than he does in his fight. And I gotta tell y'all, number one, punching around the guard, that works. Punching around the guard works with your hooks. Punching under the guard, going to the body, that works. But what also works, if you have punching power, sometimes those punches get through. And Devin Haney lacks punching power. So the high guard actually stops his punches. And so that's why a lot of his stuff was getting blocked. But we'll continue down the road. At this point, after 6 rounds, after 6 rounds, I done gave Devin Haney 5 rounds. I gave Devin Haney 5 rounds. Jojo Diaz only won the 4th round so far on my scorecard. Then we get to round 7. And I know people say Devin Haney is a very defensive fighter. He's a defensive wizard. I gotta say, I think he's good defensively, but he got some holes, man. He got some holes. He was trying to hold the phone in round 7, but it's like he didn't know if he wanted to hang up in somebody's face or if he wanted to talk to him, because he was holding the phone, but his chin was out here, bro. And that in round 7, that's when Jojo Diaz caught him with a mean ass left hook, bro. He caught him with a mean ass left hook, and it looked like he wobbled Haney. And so, off the strength of the action being pretty even, but then Jojo Diaz landing a far better shot, I gave round 7 to Jojo Diaz. Haney bounced back in round 8 again, staying behind his jab, landing the right hand, and I gave him round 8. And then round 9, I gave that to Diaz because again that body work, and he was starting to get to Haney to the body, and that's when he started landing those body shots and really, really putting pressure on Haney. So I gave him round 9. I gave Haney round 10, and this is what I'm starting to worry about with Devin Haney. I don't know what it is about the championship rounds, but he starts to slow down and he gets outscored a lot, y'all. Like he gets outworked a lot in the championship rounds, and then close championship level fights, I worry about that shit for him. So I gave Diaz round 11 and round 12. He was busier. He was landing more shots on Haney. Looked like Haney was tired. He couldn't keep Jojo off of him as effectively. Overall, I ended up giving the fight 7 rounds to 5 to Haney, 115 to 113. I think it was much closer than what the judges had it. And let me say this, man. Haney got to figure out a way to fight all the way through. And KQKC said this shit earlier too. Like he got to figure out a way to where like the fight is 12 rounds, bro. You got to finish strong. I'd rather you like how he was how he swept the first 3 rounds. I'd rather you let the fight be close at the beginning and then you run away with that shit at the end. Like if you got to have it competitive, I'd rather it be like you drop around here or there at the beginning of the fight. Then you start looking tired and not finishing strong at the end of the fight. But Haney did what he was supposed to do. He did his job. He won the fight. But I gotta tell y'all, I worry about his defense. I worry about his mindset. And what I mean by that, I know he works hard. I know he does all these things, but this is now the second fight in a row. I felt like Devin Haney was going in there trying to prove something to somebody. This is the second fight in a row. I felt like he was like, man, I got to go knock these people out. I got to go knock this fighter out for the people. I got to go knock all these people out so that I can show I'm an entertaining fighter, bro. I think they care a little bit too much about the fans, to be honest with y'all. They should just win, bro. They should just win. You know what I'm saying? Like they should just go in there and they should just win the fight however they can win it. And that's my thoughts on the fight. That's my thoughts on the fight. KQ, what do you think is next for Haney? What do you think is next for Haney? Do you want to see him fight Kambosos? Do you see any? Do you think he's a tad bit overrated, or maybe he has some flaws that people don't want to address? What's your overall thoughts on him as a fighter? Did this fight change your mind at all with who he is as a fighter?
Well, yes, it haven't changed my mind because we all know that Devin Haney is not a big puncher. We know he's not a knockout artist. Yes, you got a lot of guys that love Devin Haney in the LWC. I am not one of them. All right, I am an independent thinker. Now, I like him as a kid. I like him as a fighter. He does great things in the ring. He does have great athleticism. He does that. But his defense needs to be more polished. He needs to get more experience in there because no one's fighting him. So you got to be honest. Then also, he's not doing numbers like Gervonta Davis. He's not putting asses in the seats. Now, some people say, well, he's not exciting enough. Well, how can you be exciting enough if you can't knock nobody out?
That's what Batman just said. He said he want to be a superstar. That's what he have to do. And he talking about knocking people out.
Well,
I
yes.
disagree though. I disagree, and the reason I disagree is because like when you do that shit, if you Devin Haney, you give away every advantage that you have, bro, by trying to do that shit. And so now by you trying to go in there and do that shit, you really can mess up your career. Because what if you get knocked out? They ain't gonna be like, well, shit, man. You know what, Devin Haney, he was trying to entertain us, bro. So I'm not gonna really hold it against him that he went in there and got knocked out because he was going for the knockout. Nah, they gonna shit on him, bro.
Right.
They gonna shit on him. Like if he go in there and he trying to knock somebody out. And he giving away his advantage of reach. He giving away his advantage of athleticism. And he not staying at a distance that's safe for him where he can hit his opponent, but they can't hit him. If he goes in there and do that shit, the same people that are saying, yo, he just need to be entertaining. If he want to make the big money, if he want to be a superstar, he need to go for knockouts. They're going to be the same ones being like, shit, see, I told you, Devin Haney got exposed. I told you, he ain't really shit. So, I mean, I ain't his advisor or no shit like that. I ain't going to pretend to be. But if it were me, if you win enough, whether it's all unanimous decisions, eventually somebody gonna have to fight you, bro. Especially as a champion. If you win enough, if you keep moving up and you keep moving on, eventually somebody gonna have to fight you. And then you can become a superstar by them saying, oh man, he ain't got no power, he ain't got this. Then what if you go in there and you beat one of these so-called other superstars 120 to 108 or 119 to 109 and you barely drop around and you just outbox them? That shit can make you a superstar too. It's not the route that everybody want to go. You know what I'm saying? I just,
okay, go ahead.
It is what it is, man. I don't like the notion of trying to please other people when you putting your life on the line in the ring, bro. Like you just got to win and get your money at the end of the day. That's just my thought.
Yeah, that's right too. But like I say, Manuel Stewart said knockout sales, right? That's true.
A fact.
That's a fact. But with a guy like Devin Haney, he's young, and certain things he does great. A lot of things he does great. I mean, the lateral movement, that jab. I mean, all that's great. So what you can do and still be great without the knockout is what you do great. Take that and elevate it.
Yeah.
Take that and make it work for you. And that was gonna make him great. That's what get him the fights, And now that guys don't want to fight him, just like they're doing Gary Russell Jr. Because why? Because they are a threat. They are a threat to their zero. They are a threat to their belt, their championship belt. That's what's the problem. Now, of course, this is where the governing bodies got to step in and start ordering some fights. Start making them fight each other. Now, Jojo Diaz isn't supposed to be in there last night, but he was. So he finally, had to fight Devin Haney. He didn't want to, but he did. But I think Devin Haney, don't get mad at me, everything like that. I think he's a little bit overrated. But he's still young.
Yeah, he only 23, so it's room to grow.
Right. He got plenty of time and room to grow. And he matured a lot. So, and he's a boss. He has Devin Haney Promotions. So
see, I like that. I love him outside the ring. I love how he moves outside the ring, the belief in himself, always wanting to fight the best, going out on his own and having the faith to have his own company and be a promotional free agent. I love all of that shit. I don't like that him and his team, they seem to like his dad did it again. And remember, I spoke about it on my show, and then you spoke about it on your show the next day. Stop talking about y'all gonna knock people out, bro.
Right.
Stop talking about y'all gonna knock people out. Then we can just be like, yo, he won, he got the W. Shit, let's move on to the next. But when you say that and then you don't do it, people are gonna be like, look, man, you said you were gonna knock him out. You still ain't got no power. Like I done seen it in the comments this whole time. Oh, pillow fisted. Oh, he can't punch. He
Right.
can't do this. That's just not. It's not fair to him because he's such a talent. But let me say this, and I want to get your take on it, man. The shoulder roll, the goddamn shoulder roll. These dudes, man. I saw it with Teofimo Lopez. Devin Haney's shoulder roll ain't broke like Teofimo Lopez. But damn it, he's open to the left hand from a southpaw like I never seen before, bro. With his shoulder roll. I don't understand why everybody think that they Floyd Mayweather, man. And they not, like, even Floyd got hit. So I'm trying to figure out, is it the execution, or was Floyd just that special? Like, what's up with the shoulder roll? Because the shoulder roll don't seem like it be working for these dudes, man. Every time I look up, one of these shoulder roll fighters is getting hit with the punch they not supposed to get hit with. I seen Caleb Plant trying to shoulder roll, left hook. I seen Devin Haney try to shoulder roll, left hook. I seen Teofimo Lopez trying to shoulder roll, overhand, right? Like, what's up with the shoulder roll, KQ?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, everybody think, like I say, and you said, Floyd Mayweather is not a style. The shoulder roll, it's something that you can do as a defense mechanism. Now, of course, you got to have the right height. You have to have the right shoulder length, where you can tuck that chin under your shoulder, and of course, it works better on an orthodox fighter than it will on a southpaw. You tuck that chin in, and you have the right hand where you should be able to throw it real fast and get back. Now, the shoulder is there to block the punch. As you already seen in the Miguel Cotto fight and Floyd Mayweather, he kept throwing punches and he kept rolling off the shoulder. Floyd was catching it on the shoulders. But everybody cannot do that. Like you said, Lopez, he trying to do the shoulder roll. What happened to that? Why? Because when he was trying to hold the phone, he didn't have it up high, so he kept getting slapped right on the face. Now, some people can do it, some people can't. Now, this is what make Devin Haney attributes a little bit higher, because now he knows how to go and fight a southpaw. You loop your right hand, just like Floyd did Robert Guerrero. You start looping that right hand. You start going around that guard. And then I like what I saw last night from Devin Haney. What he did was he threw what I call a over the top down right hand. So he went over the guard, then he came back down with the right hand. He did that 2 times in a row. And I was very impressed with that. So it's the practice and lack of fundamental. Yes. Storm, you're right.
Yeah, he said that. Let's go here. Let's go here. So it was a lot of people that thought Devin Haney versus Tank Davis is a 50-50 fight. That Devin Haney could give Tank Davis some problems, and he could possibly beat Tank Davis. After last night's performance, I'm asking y'all in the chat, if you think Tank Davis wins, put a T in the chat, or if you think Haney wins, put a H in the chat. And now I'm asking OG, KQKC, who win that fight, man? If you had to pick right now, you think Devin Haney can beat Tank?
No. I'm sorry. I have to be honest. Don't everybody jump on me at once.
Nah, it looks like I'm looking at it right now. They all agree with you.
Oh, okay.
I got one person that disagree with you, but everybody agreeing with you right now, man.
Because first of all, Tank, you have to look at him and watch him tonight. You have to look at him. He has grown. He has matured. He got his eye on what he wants to do. He got his eye on the prize, his legacy. He's not that little kid that couldn't interview, a few years back. Now he's pretty much interviewing on his own. He pretty much keep to himself now. He's not running wild with Adrian Broner and Robert Easter Jr. He's taking his craft very seriously now. He want to be a star. Maybe hanging around Floyd and being signed under Floyd is starting to rub off, because now He's taking everything seriously. He's not looking through opponents. He's not looking to do this and do that. He's working with what he got, and he's making the best of it. And another thing, he's exciting. He's exciting. Why? Because in the knockouts, that's one reason. But he not only can fight, punch, but he also can move. He's a boxer. He's a brawler. He's both and everything rolled up in one. But only one thing I don't like, that Floyd is pretty much, I would think, in my opinion, that he is pretty much holding him back. Allow him to make that mistake. Allow him to pretty much maybe take an L. Because just because you take an L don't mean that you're a bad fighter. It just made me that hey, you're gonna have to work on some things. You made a mistake, all right, and you lost. Okay, maybe when you come back, all right, you'll be a little bit better and you can correct that. So right now, I think that Gervonta Davis pretty much can cut off that ring, and he does creative things in the ring, and he can catch Devin Haney with a right hand or a left hand. Because don't forget, he's a southpaw. And he's a heavy-handed southpaw. Now, when I mean heavy-handed, you have to understand. When he take that glove off, when he take them tapes off his hands are still heavy. He still is a heavy-handed person. That's just nature. That just, that's just life. That's just how he is. Oh, ha, 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 have a laugh and hit you on the arm. Like, man, why you do that? That shit hurt. Because it's natural. Now, Devin Haney, no shade on him. Everybody biological clock is ticking. Now, Devin Haney, his is just moving a little bit slow. He don't have that man strength like everybody think he has, or got, or going to get. He said he's getting his man strength 3 years ago. He still haven't got it yet, but that's okay. That's okay, because when you have different types of attributes that you can substitute for that, then put that on display. Work on that. Whatever you do good, work on it. Make it better. And that's
Real
why.
quick, we got 110 people in here. I know y'all all ain't smashed the like button. Y'all smash the like button one time for this great content that we giving y'all this morning. And I favor tanking that fight. I just, when I see Haney, if I saw Jojo break the distance, I saw Jojo's left hand, and I think a Tank's left hand. I still give Haney, I'd have it 60-40 in favor of Tank right now. I still give Haney a shot based off of his length and his boxing ability. I just worry about Tank is a very good body puncher. And if Jojo Diaz can close distance, Tank Davis with his ability, he can close distance too. Now, this is a great question from the homie Marcus in the super chat. And salute to you with the $2. In the super chat, says, can we compare Jojo and Linares to Barrios and Cruz though? I think Jojo. So I'll do Jojo and Cruz. Jojo is more skilled than Isaac Cruz. Isaac Cruz is a harder puncher, and they both like to apply pressure. Neither one of them jab coming in, but I give Jojo the advantage off the strength of, like, if they were fighting each other, because they're in the same weight class right now. If they were fighting each other, I give Jojo an advantage off the strength of his boxing skills, because I think he's more skilled than Cruz. But Cruz is a dog. That'd be a hell of a fight, Jojo and Isaac Cruz. Linares and Barrios, if you give me the Linares that fought Devin Haney, the guy that had already been knocked out 5 times, and fighting a bigger Barrios, I'd probably go with Barrios in that fight. But I think they're all like on the same level. You know what I'm saying? I look at accolades, but not so much, because I think what you do at that weight class matters. And if we look at Jojo Diaz at 135 pounds, he already wasn't a big puncher down at the lower weight classes. Now he's up at 135. Guys are bigger, guys are stronger. Cruz has 15 knockouts at that weight class. So I'd say, I that'd be a 50-50 fight. I'd love to see that fight. But I think neither Tank or Devin Haney are fighting the fights yet. I hope one of them gets Kambosos. I hope the other one fights Lomachenko. And I hope we can start seeing them fight against each other. And I saw the homie Mike 202. He was like, why we always got to fight each other? We should beat everybody else up and then fight together, fight each other last. Like, yeah, bro, I agree. But if they won't fight them, they need to get that money, man. They need to get that money as best they can. And salute to Money Brown TV in the building. I see you, J.A. Dixon. I see you. Um, let's so tonight we got about 15 minutes left.
Money
Um,
Brown.
yeah, Money Brown in the building. We got about 15 minutes left. We got a big card tonight, y'all. KQKC is gonna be calling the fight. His link to a lot of y'all are subscribed to him already, but his link to my channel is in the description. So y'all be sure to check that out. And he's gonna be live. You said 6:45 tonight, right?
Yes, sir. The
6:45
main
tonight.
card started at 7.
Yes, sir. 6:45 tonight. He'll be live calling the fight. KQ, what fight are you most excited for on this card? There's a lot of good fights on this card tonight, man.
Wow, yeah. That what made me interested because I'm gonna be honest with you. I really didn't believe this fight was a pay-per-view type fight. I was gonna pretty much just say, you know what? I'm sorry, you all. I'm not gonna do this. And one of my subscribers sent me half on the pay-per-view, right? I said, you know what? Now I'm boxed in the corner, right? So I gotta do it,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what you, me, Money Brown, we creators, and that's what we do. And so, so I'm gonna call the fight. But right now, I'm really excited about it. I know you all gonna say, "Oh, this is gonna be a washout." I think Gervonta Davis and Pitbull Cruz, that's gonna be a great fight. Now
Mm.
I know it sounds, oh no, okay, he gonna wipe him with the floor, all right. But don't be so surprised. Because see, we knew how it went last week, right? That was a surprise to your ass. See, that's one thing about boxing. That's one thing about boxing. It depends on how much you want it, how much you want to show up and show out. And that's what I believe that Cruz gonna do. Now,
Yeah.
yes, Gervonta Davis, he haven't fought no one at that height before. So he had to make some adjustment after Rolly Romero got pulled out of the fight to learn how to punch down.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you used to punching up, and knocking people out, now you got to try to learn how to punch down. And that means that you're going to be hitting a lot of air
Yeah.
because Pitbull Cruz, he knows how to maneuver and how to use distance, range. And so, but I think Gervonta will win, but he's going to have a hard win. So that's how I see it tonight. And like I say, Devin Haney, Gervonta Davis, both guys' back was against the wall. And let me tell you how.
Okay.
Because Jojo, Devin Haney, everybody don't believe that he is this superstar. Everybody believes that he's this so-called email champion. He don't belong in this weight class. He don't belong in the sport of boxing. Well, his back was against the wall last night, so he had to do what? He had to perform, and he did perform. He did get the rounds. He did pretty much use that jab, use that range, use that distance, and he did try to close the show. Like I said, when you start feeling good, you start dropping your hands and you this and that. So he tried to close the show, but like I said, he's no knockout artist, so that's why he didn't close the show with a knockout. It would have been nice. Now, Gervonta Davis, his back is against the wall. Now, of course, we know that he is so a pay-per-view star, but Floyd put him in a position where now, when he said, "I'm not Superman," well, they expect you to be now
Yeah.
because Floyd put you in a position that everybody that steps in the ring with you, A level, B level, C level, whatever, you have to win now. You have to win in high fashion. All right. Everything got to be a knockout or something exciting has to happen. Don't let him get knocked down. Now, I'm not saying he gonna lose or get knocked out or whatever. If he get knocked down, it shocks the whole world. Why? Because Floyd built him that way. Floyd Mayweather promotion put him in that position, and now I don't know if he feel the pressure or not, but he matured a lot in the past few months. He matured a lot. We talking about a man that's seen his mother best friend get killed right in front of his face. That's hard to come back from. That's hard to focus, as a kid. So Calvin Ford took him under his wings at 8 years old and made a star out of him. So now a lot of pressure on him is to perform. And I don't think it's fair that Floyd or Leonard or any of them to put a pressure on a young fighter like that. Go out there, have some fun. Go out there and do your best. Don't put too much pressure on these kids. All right. Let them have fun. Let them enjoy boxing and let what's good and what they do good come to them. And let
Mm-hmm.
them put on the best performance they can be. If they don't, oh well, you did your best. You gave it the old 1-2 good old college try, right? But now, I think that Gervonta Davis now is at this certain plateau in his career that he's fighting at 135 and 140.
Yeah.
Now, height doesn't make a difference. Now, we know this is boxing. If your weight is the same, you are equally the same. Now, of course, now Gervonta Davis going to have to go out there and do what he do best, in which it can be boxing or it can be brawling. Now, what I seen from Pitbull Cruz is he's coming in there. He's coming forward, but his punches are too wide. So that means Gervonta Davis is going to have to pretty much time him down the middle and hopefully can catch him as he come in, maybe with the uppercut or a shovel jab. So that's how I see that fight playing out tonight.
Already, like, so for me, I'm excited to see Tank Davis and Kevin Knight. I'm about to answer your question, bro. I'm excited to see Tank Davis. I think people are gonna find out how good he is fighting off the back foot tonight, because I think he's an extraordinary counterpuncher, and I see him stopping Isaac Cruz with a left uppercut. I think that's gonna be the fight. Isaac Cruz comes in with his head down. They got the over under on this thing. At 6.5 rounds. I don't think Isaac Cruz lasts past 7 rounds. I think Isaac Cruz gonna get knocked out because he got so much. Isaac Cruz got so much heart and he's so aggressive. And for those of y'all that really know, and KQ, I know you know this. When you go into somebody and you walk into somebody, that shit makes the punch harder. So if you're coming in
Yeah.
aggressive trying to land your shot and you get caught with a shot, that makes the punch even harder. And Tank already hit hard. So I don't even think it's gonna be him punching down on Isaac Cruz. I think he's gonna catch him with a mean ass counter uppercut, and it's gonna be nighttime. It's gonna be nighttime. Somewhere in the 4th or the 5th round is when I see it. Now, I got Kevin Knight coming up here because he says I'm looking for this week's picks. I need a good best this week. For real, we need any underdog to man up this week. Listen, the fight I'm most excited for, Kevin. The fight I'm most excited for is the Sergey Deverenchenko versus Carlos Adames fight. That's the fight I'm most excited for. So I got Carlos Adames winning that fight, Kevin, and everybody in the chat. I picked him. I got the video up on the channel. He's the underdog in that fight. He's plus 325. He's plus 325. Deverenchenko is the favorite. I don't want to get into the whole breakdown because we only got 7 minutes, and I want KQKC to be able to give his last words. But let me just tell y'all this. Carlos Adames is 9 years younger than Sergey Deverenchenko. Carlos Adames has a 73-inch arm reach. Deverenchenko, fun fact for y'all, his arm reach is just as long as Tank Davis's, and he's fighting at middleweight. Deverenchenko only has a 67-inch arm reach. He he has a 6-inch arm reach disadvantage. Plus, he's been in some tough fights. He took a lot of punishment against Triple G. He took a whole hell of a lot of punishment against Jamal Charlo. And he aged quite a bit from fighting Triple G to Jamal Charlo. He looked like a completely different fighter. The man is 36 years old. He's damn near 40, bro. And Carlos Adames, he only has one loss. He lost to fucking to Teixeira, and he was winning that fight until he got a knockdown. He lost that fight by 1 point on 2 of the judges' scorecards with the knockdown from Teixeira. So Carlos Adames can fight, bro. He's fast. He got a nice jab, fast hands. He can switch. He's nice to the body, and he's very powerful. I think Carlos Adames, being bigger, being longer, I think that's a good pick if you're looking for an upset. And that's the fight, I think, of all these fights. You got Miguel Moriaga versus Eduardo Ramirez. You got this Deverenchenko versus Carlos Adames fight. You got Sebastian Fundora versus Sergio Garcia. I think Deverenchenko versus Carlos Adames is going to be the most competitive fight. And then, of course, you got Gervonta Davis versus Isaac Cruz, obviously. But I'm most excited to see Gervonta Davis as a fighter because he's one of my favorite fighters to watch off the strength of he's very exciting, and that's the only time I can get my daughters to sit down and watch boxing with me because they like Gervonta Davis. And then I'm most excited for the fight to see Devin versus Damas because I think that's a true 50-50 toss-up fight. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I got a little bit of change on the Damas to try to win some money because he plus 325. So I'm trying to come up a little bit this weekend. So we'll see how it goes. But KQKC, man, let them know what time you're going live tonight to call the fights. I'm gonna put his link to his channel is already in my chat, but I'm also gonna do a Twitter post and I'm gonna post it on my community page so y'all can go over there and check them out. But let them know when you're gonna be going live tonight, when you're gonna be live during the week, and give your last words.
Okay. I will be going live today, and tonight, this evening, tonight, whatever, at 6:45. Okay. The main card, which will be in California, will start at 7:00 p.m. Central Time. So I will be coming on 15 minutes before then, and we will start calling fights from 7:00 on to the main event. Now, I come on Monday through Friday. That's 12:30 p.m. Central Time. Also, come on Saturday morning. That's a call-in show. Call in, talk boxing, straight boxing. And keep in mind, you have your own opinion on my network and right here on 86 Knockout Network. All right? You always have an opinion. You're not going to get blocked. You're not going to get timed out because it's your right to have your own opinion. That's your right. That's your God-given right to have that. And who are we to tell you, no, you can't have that. Get out of here. No, I don't do that. Okay. I call balls and strikes, and, I don't favor no one. I don't show no favoritism. All right. So it is what it is. Now, and I appreciate Knockout Boxing 86 TV. I appreciate him holding it down. His channel is growing. His channel is getting a lot of buzz now. All right. Now, I'm not saying that it's because of me. No, it's not. It's because of him. He's getting the great content. He putting in the work. He putting in the research. And you got to give him applause for that. You got to keep the lights up for that. All right. And you got to send him something. Keep grinding. Because if you didn't know, it's a such thing called a cable bill. It's a such thing called an internet bill, and things like that. Things like that. You got to keep your creator, keep them coming. You got to keep them coming. I understand you got two, your favorite content creator, this and that. But it's okay to ear hustle, but sometimes let's participate. All right, let's show that. Hey, look. I like your knockout. I appreciate what you're doing here. This is a little something to put in your pocket, or for Val to go to the wine store. All right, something like that, right?
She love that shit.
All right, okay. But okay, I hope to see everybody though at 6:45. We got a live another call show, baby. I'm talking about. Oh, and keep in mind, this Wednesday night, we're not gonna wait till next Sunday to talk about the fight tonight. Yep. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take care of that Wednesday night.
Yeah, so we're gonna be live together again Wednesday night. Right here. Okay. So y'all come through and hang out. We still gonna do our Sunday morning show too, but that's gonna be about the fights this next Saturday because you got Lomachenko and Comey fighting next week. So it's a lot of other fights we need to cover on Sunday. We want to make sure we, give y'all the reaction and the recap every time that we can. So we're gonna recap what happened tonight. We'll recap that on my channel Wednesday night. But go ahead.
There you go. All right. But besides that, hey, I appreciate him, man. I appreciate him holding it down. I wasn't here last week, but good brother, and I'm glad that I was able to work with this young man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. I learned a lot from him, and hopefully he can learn a lot from me. So with that, that's all I have.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it, KQ, and salute to Hawaiian Punch. To me, it's been a good month of boxing. Good talk today. $5 in that super chat. I appreciate you, brother. And DB Demetrius Bright with the $5 in the super chat says, salute, gentlemen, supporting the grind. Young World done stepped in the building. It's okay, Young World. You was late, but you can rewind it, bro. You can rewind it and watch the playback, man. It was a great show for me. last words, follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. Right here on YouTube. If you're new in here, I'm assuming everybody that's been in the building, y'all ain't subscribed. So please be sure to subscribe to the channel. We drop content daily on the hottest topics in boxing, give y'all my opinions on those. And then I also go live every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And I'll be live with KQKC every single Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. But I appreciate everybody that came through. Y'all be sure to go check out KQKC. Mike put the link to his channel is in my description, but Mike got the link to his channel in the chat too. So y'all go subscribe to KQKC. He's gonna be calling a fight tonight. I'm gonna post it on my community page. I'll post it on my Twitter. We got to go over there and support him because he does a great job calling the fights. But I appreciate everybody that came through. And with that, we out of here, y'all. Smash the like button on your way out. And I appreciate y'all. KQKC, I'll talk to you later, brother.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Peace, y'all.